Hello, I'm Chris, and this is Darlo to the Prem, episode 31. And today we have FA Cup, another third round tie, another Premiership ground to visit, and this time we're going to the wonderful Emirates Stadium against Arsenal. Right, well, since you've been away, our form has been atrocious. So we obviously saw us beat South Shields. We then had the BSM game, 2-0 up against Salford, lost 3-2. We were dreadful against Peterborough, although they only had 6 shots, I think. They scored with 4 of them. We were never in the game at all. We then played Burton, and we were just in a rut. We were playing badly, and we've struggled. We managed. Dagenham were bottom of the league, so that was just an easy win. Gave us a bit of confidence. Followed up with a nice 1-0 defeat to Notts County. But we've since bounced back. We played lowly Tranmere, beat them 5-0, and finished off the month with a good home win against Bolton. And then, excuse me, in the New Year's Day fixture against Wigan, we were 3-0 up, had a penalty, missed that, went to 3-3, and then scored a penalty in the 92nd, 93rd minute to nick that game. So all in all, it's been a up and down run, or down and up run really, and fortunately it hasn't done too much damage on the league table. So we're sitting in second, 51, a point behind Rotherham, point in front of Oxford, and the previous leaders, AFC Wimbledon, are right up there as well. And obviously with the FA Cup coming up, we have the 4th round draw. So we apparently draw the 4th round before we play the 3rd round, but hey ho, it's there. And Ruud van Nistelrooy has flown over to London to be the ceremonial host. It looks like a couple of teams have played. I think everyone else hasn't. So, not sure why. So, if we do get through, we are away to Fulham or Blackpool. So, in all likelihood, Fulham Arsenal in the next round. I'm not bothering with the rest of the draw. Other bits of news, transfer news, we have sold Toby Amole and Nigel Lonwick have both left the club, and we haven't brought anyone back in. The one thing we have done is recalled a couple of players. Caden Kelly came back anyway. There is some interest in him, so you never know, he might be back out on loan and leaving at the end of the season. I certainly hope so. Jack Arthurs, who was on loan in Scotland at Darlo, he was unhappy to leave them, but he's back. I'm just going to give him some game time. Do I want to get promoted? Yes. Do I think it's a good time to get promoted this season? Not really. So we'll see what happens. The other one player to come back was Dowie Williams. So he wasn't getting game time at Torquay. 1 start that first game and 1 cup game, and the rest of them were off the bench. So it didn't matter what he was doing, unless he was tearing up trees there and playing regularly. There was never any chance of him staying there past January, because I wanted him in my squad. I just think he's got something about him. The coaching are saying he's Vanarama North-South, but hey ho. Mark Williams is as well, and he hasn't done too badly for me in his many sub appearances. So we expect Jack Arthurs, in actual Jack Arthurs will be on the bench for the Arsenal game. And we've had a slight change in formation, that we've dropped our attacking midfielder into the defensive midfield role. We were just sloppy in those 3-4 games that we lost, and we just needed to change things up a bit, just so we didn't continue that poor form. Other bits of progressing news towards the good side is Evan Watts is a week or so away from being off the injury list, and so is Ethan Ennis, who we haven't seen in the squad months. So fingers crossed they both come through their rehabilitation and get into the first team, or at least into the first team squad. So we're 2 days away from the Arsenal game. We'll pick it up from there. Right, so here we are for the Arsenal game. So teams picked. Evan Watts is almost fit now. He's fit enough to be on the bench, so that's fine. So we've included the goalkeeper in this one. So the team is Schofield in goal, Pinheiro, Keane, Aranzo and Munz as the back four. Mabaya is our sitting midfielder with Murphy and Porcelli making up the rest of the central midfield with Kobe Moore and Giacomini. One day I'll get it right, but hey ho. Until then, we'll call him Christie. And then we've chosen Akande up top today. So we'll see how they get on. We've got youngsters of Williams and Arthur's on the bench. And I suppose MacArthur's almost considered a youngster. He's certainly one of our better players, and his game time has dropped since Michael Keane's been at the club. But we'll start rotating him in more as well now. So we'll get the game kicked off and see what the lovely attendance is. 59,737. Whoa. It's the smallest Premier League attendance for the third of the Premier League. 3 Premier League clubs have played away. It's the smallest attendance in their home stadium. So that was a tongue twister and a half. So the Arsenal press pushing forward already, robbed us of the ball, but it's 18 minutes into the game, so we've done well to hold it this long, I feel. Here come Arsenal. Reece Nelson. He's pulled down by Chris Kavanagh, points straight to the spot. What do you expect? Premier team. And it's a penalty. No shock there. But it's saved by Scof. Get in there. Right, sorry about that. The dog wanted to come in. So from the resulting corner, ball comes in and Saliba scores. So Schofield with the penalty save, and then they score straight from the corner. Marvellous. Let's just give them a no pressure. Still, this game, again, like the other two that we've had, we should see about 800,000, something in that sort of region, come into the club. So as soon as that's confirmed, I will be speaking with the board to try and get the facilities upgraded. This is just a cash cow. It's another cash cow game. It's the 3rd consecutive year. We've been so lucky. We've managed to get into the 3rd round each of the last 3 years. And we've been drawn against Premier League opposition in all 3 years. We obviously had Liverpool at home, or we managed to force a replay somehow. We just fluked it, and then they came back, and at Anfield we were beaten by a better team. But yeah, can't really complain. What I will do though is, rather than ruin some of our key players, we'll just stick young Arthur's in there. We'll get Williams in, and we'll let MacArthur run for Keane. and had Dowie, whatever his name, Matthews, is it? I'll remember it one day, don't worry. If he had been here, he would have been on at half time as well. But he's cup tied. He obviously played a few games for Torquay. Just so happened they were in the FA Cup. Marvellous. So certainly our best effort there. And two of the youngsters were heavily involved in that. So yeah, that's pleasing. Arsenal, who are third in the Prem. And the sooner this game ends, okay, let's bring the old donkey on for Munz just to protect him. We could do the same on the other side with Pinheiro. Of course, another youngster in the team is Porcelli, the ex-Spurs man. I thought that was quite ironic to stick him there, see what he can do. Give him no pressure again. Because, quite frankly, we were never, ever going to win this. We are effectively a League Two team that has somehow fluked our way into the upper reaches of League One. So, drum roll please. One thing I didn't check beforehand was exactly what the bank balance was. But it's safe to say, it was a lot less than that. So, ho ho ho! Okay. In which case, playing at Highbury, Emirates was worth a lot more to us because they obviously charge a lot more. So, yeah, nice. Right, I'll get the Barnsley game played. We'll be facing Stockport a few days after that. Unfortunately, we're still midweek. Saturday midweek. So that was our midweek game. We've got our Saturday game against Barnsley before we play the rearranged Stockport game, which was rained off, as I suspected it would be in December. Right, so here we are for the Stockport game. The game that I was going to play against Barnsley was postponed, waterlogged pitch. So it's a common theme with us. Other bits of news is Eastmond and Caden Kelly have both had offers, just waiting to see who they join. They're both loans, which will take them through to the end of their contract, so it should be that we say goodbye to them and we never have to worry about them again. And our director of football managed to pull off this signing. No idea how. Somehow he managed to get a work permit. So something to do with Spain perhaps being in the right. I've no idea how he got it. Here's a work permit and would stand a good chance of qualifying for renewal as well. Wow, okay. Yeah. One day I understand work permits, but there we go. So I have 2 ESC players and now Pina available. So apparently we need another striker. I suppose we did lose that guy on loan. Phillips, was it? My memory, I tell you. He weren't very good, so it was no loss to us. And yeah, now I've got the problem of I've got Dowie Williams, I've got Pina, and then Adeyemo to play with Akande, who's starting to get back into a bit of form as well. So, yeah, interesting times. Right, on to the Stockport game. So, I'll get it picked and pick it up. Oh, no, there were 2 other bits of news, thinking about it. The board rejected the training facilities, so went back and with agreed youth facilities. And I am now studying for a Continental A licence, so my reputation is far higher than the club's. Right, so here we are for the Stockport game. Watts is nearly fit, but we'll retain Schofield. Pinheiro, Aranzo, MacArthur and Munz make up the back four. Mabaya sits in front of them with Murphy, and Lloyd is coming in. Hammelberg has picked up a 3-week injury. Akande comes in on the left, Giacomini on the right, and Adiemo up top. On the bench, we do have Aymar Pinar and Jack Arthurs are both on there with Luke Porcelli. So we've got 3 of the youngsters on, 2 of the youngsters and the new boy. So we'll see how we get on. Let's kick things off and get into it. Here we are into the game now. So Emma Hayes' Stockport. The AI considers the chauvinist male game would be willing to pick up a lady manager. And Stockport County in this case are the lucky team. And to be fair, when we played them at their place, they that's got to be yes. Thank you very much, referee. Terrible challenge from their guy there. Yeah, at their place, they were far better than us. So it is a big revenge game now, and hopefully, touch wood, it's made a bit easier than being down to 10 men. But we had 10 men against Notts County, I think it was, and still managed to lose 1-0. And look at the highlights in this half. Adiemo has really put in a performance to say, yes, I'm concerned about losing my place to Pina. Finished with a half decent, but unhighlight worthy attack at the end. Right. Let's go straight in with replacing Pinar there. We'll leave it like that, just the one change. He can take a free kick, can't hit it on target though. I went attacking, I was supposed to be. Let's fire him up. Giacomini through to Pinar. Pinar, well saved by the goalkeeper. Our new wonder man, look, he takes free kicks, takes corners. Doesn't matter, we don't score anything from it, but there we go. Pinheiro through to Aranzo, and highlight ends. Pinar, he's through, and he cuts back inside and gets tackled. Murphy then plays it out wide. Giacomini round into the box, squares it for Lloyd, and their keeper's going to have an absolute stunning game, isn't he? It's got it written in the stars. 357 shots, no goals. Simply because, because. Right, let's get more on down the more on. Oh, there's a joke for the day. Give Ramsey a run out to rest his legs, and what we could do is take Murphy off. Arthur's in there. Arthur's can become a defensive midfielder. He can be more of a defensive playmaker. That's all but one of our subs. Let's really demand some more from them. We will go attacking again. Just 0 highlights. Yeah, thank you. Right, Porcelli can come on, make up the numbers. And that's it. Finished 0-0 then. So, Quite a disappointing result, really, since after 5 minutes they were down to 10 men. Yeah. On to the next one. We'll see how we get on and pick things up in a few weeks' time. Oh, reverse psychology, I'm sure. Kobe Moore. We brought him on. Nice play from Pienaar. Through to the youngster Arthurs. Arthurs finds Mumbai and he just slots in Moore. I think that's more of the keeper's fault there. He went the wrong way. Well, we ground out, shall we say, a victory there. Our 2.58 XG. What did Hemming get in the end? 7.1. Not quite as good as Schofield's 7.7 for his one save. That must have been a quality save. But there we go. That leaves us 2 points off the top with a game in hand. And a goal difference of plus 37. How did that happen? Let's have a look at the schedule again. Okay, we put 8 there and another 3 there, so that's 11, but you take -4, -5, -6 off there. I know we had a couple of big wins early on, didn't we? There was a 5-0 there and a 4-0, a 4-0. Was it Barnsley as well? No, Barnsley was... I don't know. That just seems very odd. Sorry, I'm rambling now. I'm just stunned by that. Incidentally, let's just have a look at the season preview now. And we've moved up to 19th in the bookies odds. We've halved from 100 to 1. Well, originally we were down here somewhere, weren't we, at 250 or so. So, yeah. Okay, so Charlton and Oxford are the 2 teams to watch out for. And promoted Salford. Where are they? Salford. Oh, they are up there, pushing. Well, I suppose anyone in the top 10 are a win or 2 away from the playoffs. Right, I'll stop rambling now. Thanks for watching and see you next time.